Okay, I think we can start now. So today's topic will be design reuse with Altium Designer. Okay, I'm Rajeshwari, application engineer from PCB GraphTech, Singapore. Okay, so now we'll go to the topic. So we are working in an industry to make PCBs, which is to make it quickly and faster. Okay, to make it faster and smarter without any mistakes. So what you can do, the best solution is we can go for the reusable design blocks. Okay, so what is actually reusable design block means? Okay, it is a portion of either your schematic or PCB that can be managed and saved in your local PC, or you can save it in your Concord Pro, or you can save it in your Altium 365 and then reuse it in your multiple projects in the future. So that is called your reusable design blocks. Okay, so we are going to see the agenda. So the first topic will be snippets. So the snippets is a central point for saving, reusing and managing your designs. So it saves and reuse both your schematic design as well as your PCB design. Okay, second topic will be device sheet. So device sheet is also a managed sheet which is also used for reusable design, but for your whole schematic sheet. Okay, it's not like a portion, it's a full schematic sheet, can be saved and it can be used as a reusable design, but can be used as a read-only or editable file. Okay, so third one is about Altium 365 Pro. So Altium 365, already everybody know that we have Altium 365 standard and Altium 365 Pro. So in 365 Pro, we have managed templates like your layer stack template, like your bill of material templates, draftsman templates, so which can be reused. But what is the difference with the other two is these are can be say copied, pasted, as well as it can be locked, meaning that the file can be have a own revision state and as well as life cycle management. Okay, so it can be used in any files, but it cannot be changed, it cannot be edited. Okay, when it is edited and changed, it automatically changed to another version. Okay, so next we will see about the live demonstration. Then finally, if you have any question and answer, you can ask me in the chat panel so that I can answer you at the end of the session. Okay, so first we'll go for the benefits of this reusable blocks. So when you're using this reusable block, this is actually first it will be tested already. Okay, so the tested already, then the design time is very saving your design time, meaning that you're using the block again. So what happens, you no need to annotate, you no need to compile, you can just save it. If you want to re-annotate, can, otherwise you can just save it and you can push it to your PCB, or from your PCB side you can use it off. Okay, so it also reduces the mistakes. Okay, because it is already compiled and you will not have further mistakes when you're using the same block again. Okay, so next one is flexible. Okay, any information if you want to add in your reusable design, you can add it or you can remove it. Okay, you can do that. Then when you come for the multi-channel design, so in multi-channel design, the same block can be repeated any number of times. For example, if you have a schematic sheet or design only once, so if you want to repeat some multiple times, like 15 or 20 times, you can do it by using a multi-channel design, by using a simple command called repeat. Okay, using the repeat command, the same sheet you can repeat number of times. Okay, these things can be done, which is a very good advantage we have using this reusable blocks. Okay, and also which also get through the compliance testing. Okay, now we will see about the snippets. So when you take the snippets, so it is used to as a central location, which is used to save the portion of your circuit design here, which is both your schematic as well as your PCB. Okay, so when you save it as a schematic, it will be saving the nodes, the net labels, the differential pairs, and the component IDs of the components. So all will be saved in the snippets of the schematic block, what you're saving there. Similar way in PCB snippet, it will also save the footprint, the layer information, traces, all will be saved for the PCB. but is a very powerful and time-saving tool, which which can use it for multiple projects in the future. Okay, so then if you want to have the resources for this snippets, you can go to this link where we have the PDF, and we can learn in detail and the steps how to do the snippets. Okay, so you can just, if you want, you can just copy this link here from here. Okay, so next we are going to see about the device sheet. So the device sheet is again a managed sheet, so which is normally we should put it in your preference first. Okay, so when you put it in the preference, the meaning is the device sheet can be used as a read-only sheet, or it can be editable sheet. So which can be done under this preference. Under the options you will see here, make device sheet to be read-only or display read-only watermark. So if you set it off, automatically the file, when you're putting it in your piece, in your schematic, it will be showing the read-only option. You will not be able to edit the sheet. Okay, you will not be able to do the changes in the sheet. So you can use it off. And then the main thing is, when you use the device sheet, you can see it here. So normally when you're placing device sheet, it will be placed as a symbol first. You cannot directly copy the sheet and place it here, or you cannot move the sheet here. So in the device sheet means you have to place it as a symbol in your main sheet. So from the main sheet, after compiling, it will be creating a device sheet. Okay, it will be created as a child sheet, which is a device sheet. Okay, and it will be the display, it will be looks like this. Okay, either with the watermark of the device sheet symbol, and if you use it as a read-only option, you will see the device sheet watermark along with the read-only option. Okay, so this is what will be placed in your device sheet. So what is the other thing you can do is, since I told you the device sheet can be placed only after compilation as a child sheet, so here the annotation can be done only on board level annotate. Okay, you cannot do the normal annotation. So later in the demo, I will show you how to do that. Okay, so board level annotate will help you to do the annotation, and then we can push it to the PCB. But please remember, this device sheet we can be applied in your schematic document. Okay, then third one is Altium 365 Pro. So in Altium 365 Pro, we normally have the managed sheets. So this managed sheet can be your schematic sheet. Schematic sheet means, for example, schematic templates. Each organization will have their own title block. So they don't want to change the title block, make it to be fixed, like company title name, the designer name, or their company logo. All these will be fixed. So they don't want to change all these in their title block. So they will put the schematic sheet in this Altium 365. So save it there, and whenever they want for any project, they can take the file from there. Okay, so still any designer do any changes, so it will not be updated in the original server. Okay, so it will be saved as the revision 2, revision 3, as like that, but the original copy will be there. Okay, that is the main advantage. The main thing is the original file will be locked in your server. Okay, so then it can be used in any future, any multiple documents, not only for the schematic sheet. You can also take the templates like your layer stack templates, you can take your bill of material templates, draftsman templates, project templates. So all you can take it from your server. Okay, so you can save the design to the server, and then you can take it for your future projects. So all these are available in your Altium 365 Pro. So now let us go for the demo. Okay, so I will show you how to do the demo. Okay, so first I'm going to do the demo for the snippets. So to do the demo, first I have a document here. I'm going to copy this for my snippets. Okay, to open my snippets first, you can go to the panel. You will see there is a snippets panel. Okay, so initially you will have the snippets panel where this is the centralized location where you can save, reuse, and manage your designs. Okay, so I'm going to create my snippet folder. Okay, so I just create my snippet folder. So the default folder you will have in your C drive, but if you want your own local drive, I can open my local snippets folder. So let me open my local folder. I just go to my here in this location, I have my snippet folder. Okay, I just use my own desktop, the folder which is for snippets. Okay, I just selected, close. So now I have my snippets here. So below this, if you want to create any subfolders, you can also create it. Any number of folders you want to create, you can create it, and there you can put it your files. Let me create a new folder. So you can create a new folder. So creating new, you can see what folder name you want to give. Based on the project wise you want to give, you can give it. Or based on the file wise you want to save it, you can save it. So let me save this folder as power. Okay, so I'm going to save my snippet, the portion of the documents inside this folder. Okay, so once I created, now I'm going to place this this document, this portion of the block inside my snippets. So to do that, let me select this first. So select it, then you have to right click, go for snippets. So when you go for snippets, automatically it will say create snippet from selected objects. So it will create the snippet for the whole selected objects. It can be a portion or it can be a whole. Whatever you want, you can just select it off. So once selected, the page will open for you. Okay, add new snippet. So here it is the snippet of power for schematic. Okay, so I just save it under this power folder. Okay, so power folder is selected. If you want to give any comment, you can give the comment. Okay, so this is the power document, something like this. You want to give, you can just type in the document for the particular schematic sheet and then okay. So once you've done okay, let me open my snippets panel here. You see, so I just put it here. You will see under my snippets, the power folder, I have the snippets what I have copied and I just put it there inside my snippet. Okay, so this is my schematic document which I copy and put it in snippet. Same thing I need to do for my PCB. Okay, so let me open my PCB here, and then in PCB I have the power document, so which is having the trace, the footprints, all this information. I'm just going to copy it here. Okay, select all, then right click, go to snippets. Okay, just select, go to snippets, create snippets from selected objects. So it will be creating the snippets for power for PCB. Okay, I'm going to save this also under the same folder. Then you can give any comments you want, then click OK. So once you click OK, now you will see inside the snippets panel, you have under the power folder, you have both your schematic power as well as PCB power. Okay, so I just copied here. So meaning that these two documents, these two blocks what I have copied, I can use for any future projects. Any future projects I want to get in, I can just take it from here. Okay, no need to go to the local drive and search where it is in my local PC, any location. Just open the snippet panel, automatically it will show the reusable blocks. So you can see here, you can see place snippets for power. So I can just click to place in any of my PCB document. If I click my schematic, you see the place snippet is not active, meaning the active document is PCB, not schematic. So it is not active. Okay, so this is how we can place it. So now I'm going to open my project. So I'm going to go for my mixer project PCB, and then in this I have a schematic document where I want to copy the reusable schematic design and the PCB design. Okay, let me open here one of the schematic sheet. So in this sheet I want to copy from my snippets panel. So to copy it, let me go to the panel. Again, I open my snippet panel. Then I want to copy it. You see the place snippet for power is active. So let me click on this. Automatically you will see the design comes here. Okay, so it is having the net label, all the informations, the IDs, all this information. If you want to reset the designators, you can also reset the designators when you want to use in other design. So to do that, you can go to the preference. Under preference, you can see there is a schematic graphical editing. So you can see under graphical editing, reset part designators on paste. So when you're pasting, it will reset the designators IDs. Okay, so you can do that. Now for me, I just uncheck it. So I just place it here. Okay, so now I'm using in another design the document. Okay, now I'm going to open the project again. So I have the PCB document inside the same project, the mixer router. So let me open and save the PCB portion. So I open here. So I'm going to save the PCB which I have in my snippets. So I just zoom in. Let me bring that from my snippet. Right click, then play snippet. You can do this way also. Either you can just go here or you can right click, you will see play snippet. So when I click play snippet, you will see the snippet comes out like this, the PCB document. So I just try to place it here. Okay, you can see I'm just placing it here. Okay, so now I have placed it here. Once you have placed, you will see the designators. Here I have C starting with 1000, some of the IDs. Same thing I have in my another document also, which is starting with the same thousands of my designators ID. So what I need to do is, I need to change this, because I need to combine, do the component link this schematic with my PCB. Okay, so to do the component link, first step what I need to do is I need to place this in my main sheet. So main sheet, I don't have this power sheet here. So when I open my main sheet, I don't have this. So I need to bring in the child sheet to my main sheet. So to do that, I go for design, create sheet symbol from sheet, then the power supply. Okay, so let me bring in here. So I just bring in here. Now I can go for my PCB to do the component link between my schematic and PCB, because this document is different from the other documents designators. So first I need to do the component link. Let me open my circuit of PCB here, then go to the project component link. Okay, so when I open the component link, you will see there is an unmatched components in your mixer schematic document and unmatched component in PCB. So these are the unmatched components with the other documents. You see, the other components in the same project will have their own matched component IDs, but these two are newly added design, which is from my snippets. Okay, portion of schematic and PCB. So to combine it we have to combine it by using the designator or by the command and footprint. Either any way you can do it, but for my case I'm doing based on the designators. So I just click on add pairs matched by. So they will be matching pairs will be moved to the matched components. So let me click on add pairs matched. So when I click here, automatically all the designators they are matching will go to the matched components. So once I just scroll down here, you will be able to see you see, they all come here with their schematic and the PCB. So C1000, C1001, all these come here. Okay, same thing like D1000, D1000, all these come here, F1000. So they are matching here. So once it is done, you need to perform the update. Okay, so perform update. So the perform update, it will be done. So it says 554 links modified. So I just click OK. So now once they are linked each other, the next step is we need to open the schematic document. I need to align this annotations with the other documents. For example, if you see the other documents, they are C1, C2, C3. But for this document, the annotation is different. So I need to re-annotate it. So to re-annotate, we can go to the tools, annotation, annotate schematics. Here I'm going to re-annotate it. So I just right click, all off. I select only the power supply, which I need to re-annotate with the other sheets. So once I select, reset this, because they are all in thousands. So only the 15 components will change. So click OK, then update the changes. So when I click update changes, they will be merged along with the other schematic sheets. So they change to C44, C45 like this. So once it is done, we need to accept the changes. Okay, so you see they will be showing what are the changes done, C1000, C44, all these. So validate changes, execute changes. Now let me close it off, close. So once it is done, you will be able to see they have changed here. Okay, so once it is changed, now we need to update this designated change to the PCB. Okay, we have done the changes in schematic. We need to update it to PCB. So to update to PCB, we can go for design, update PCB. Okay, so when you update PCB, it will say some nets not match. You can just leave it off. So once you see here, you can see the change component designators. So you will see C1000 change to C44. So only the designator change will be going to the PCB. Okay, so once it is done in my mixer router in PCB document, so I need to do the validate changes, then execute changes. Okay, so if you do this, you will see the corresponding changes happen for the component designators. Okay, you can see the checkbox here. So the designators will be changed from 1000 to 44, all this. So I click close, then you can zoom in to see here, the designators are changed. Okay, so it's a simple steps only. So first we need to place the design, then do the component link and re-annotate, update. Only 4 steps. If you do, you can finish the snippets. Okay, so next one, we are going to see about the, let me show about your other step is your device sheet. How to do the device sheet. Okay, so to do the device sheet, I need to do it from my main sheet only. I cannot directly do it from bringing in the child sheet. Okay, so before bringing in the device sheet, the main thing what I want to say is, as I told you, device sheet is a managed sheet. It should be put under the preference first. Okay, so let me go for the preference. And in the preference, you will be able to see under the data management device sheet. Okay, so here you can see the device sheet. It is, I'm using under the desktop, the design reuse for webinar from this device sheet. Default, if you see in your PC, you can see in your C drive from your C drive. But if you want to have your own device sheet, you can just add in here. Okay, click on add button and then you can just bring in from any location of your local PC, the device sheet. Okay, so I'm just using the device sheet from here, and it also includes the subfolder. Okay, so coming down, you can see make device sheet in project read only. Okay, sometimes in some organization, they don't want to edit, they don't want the designers to edit or do the changes in the particular sheet. They just want to copy and update to PCB. So in that cases, you can just make it as read only option. Okay, if you want to have the watermark of read only, you can check box here. Okay, otherwise, if you want to edit it, you can uncheck here. So it will be editable. You can do any changes in the sheet. Okay, you can do that. Let me do with the read only first. So I just click OK now. So now I'm going to bring in the device sheet. So please remember, when you're bringing in device sheet, already the sheet should be placed in the device sheet folder. Then only it's easy to bring in. Okay, so now let me go to place device sheet symbol. So when I go to place device sheet symbol, you can see there the folder is user desktop. This is my folder, and inside this folder I have one device sheet. Okay, so I'm going to bring in this device sheet, and it has the symbol for this device sheet is like this, triangle. Okay, so I'm just going to bring in the device sheet. So click OK, so you can bring in here. Okay, so when I just bring in and place it, please remember what is the difference between your normal schematic sheet and the device sheet. So normal schematic sheet, you have the extension of .schematic document. But for the device sheet, you will not have the extension of .schematic document. Okay, so the designator will be the original sheet name, but the sheet, what it is to represent the sheet, it is a schematic or it is a device sheet. The extension is very important for the file name, but you see you have .schematic here and you have only device sheet here, no extension. Okay, so if you double click on this, you will see the properties of the device sheet here. Okay, so this device sheet I'm just taking from my device here. So I just bring in. Now, once I bring in, how to add it to my project? It is not added to my project until. So if to add it to my project, first I need to compile it. Once I compile, only it will be added to the project. So to compile, I just click on right click here, then validate project. Okay, let me close this error. So once I validate, you will see the device sheet here. Okay, until you don't compile, you will not see this. Once compile only, you will see this device sheet here. So now you can see it comes with the device sheet symbol. So you can just double click to open. So when I double click to open, you can see it is with the watermark of device sheet as well as read only option. So meaning if I want to edit something, I cannot edit it. You see, I just click to edit, I cannot edit it. So it's a read only file. Okay, so now if I want to change, I want to edit it. So you can go to the preference. If I want to edit something, you can remove this. Okay, so just click OK. So now the read only watermarks go away. If I want to edit or move, I can just do changes. Okay, so do the changes here. Okay, whatever the changes you want, you can do it here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to annotate this. So as I told you, since the device sheet comes only after compilation, we cannot do the normal annotation. So the annotation we can do is only board level annotation. So to do board level annotation, we need to go for tools, annotation, then we need to go for board level annotation. Okay, so go here and then you will see the board level annotate dialog box open. So now I just let me off all because all are already designated. They are given their annotations. So let me off everything and open only my device sheet. So this device sheet I'm going to annotate. Okay, so let me do the annotate options first. Okay, there are what are the different options we have for board level annotation. You see the naming scheme, you can name it as a component with the room name. So different options are there. You can choose a different option, either room name first, then the component name, or the component sheet designator. So this you can choose it which option you wanted, but I go with the default normal is we do the annotation component with the global index. Okay, when I choose global index, this comes to a normal annotation. Okay, so normal annotation I want to do for this device sheet, so I choose this device sheet here. Okay, so I choose device sheet, then I click OK. So when I click OK, they will be globally annotated here. You see, C with the 1000, 1001, they are replaced by C7, C8, C9 like this. So once they are globally annotated, then I need to give the annotate undesignated. Okay, so just choose them. It will say the 15 changes were made from the past. Sorry. Let me do it again. Okay. Yeah, it is done already here. C7, C8, C9, all these are done. So I need to do the accept changes. So once it is done, accept changes. So you need to validate changes. Then you need to execute changes. You will see the C1000 undesignated change to C7, C8, C9, all this. So execute changes. So once it is done, then you can just click close. Then you can just close the button here. Then you can close it off. Okay, now when you zoom in, you will see the changes. Okay, so you can see F1, S1. So it normally it shows in the schematic like this, but no need to worry. But when you update to PCB, the new designator will be updated. The old designator will not be updated. Okay, so to see that, let me show you that we can go for design update here. PCB, you see here, add components. So the component will be added with only the new designators of C7, C8, C9. They will not be added with the old designators. Okay, so the component with the new designators will be added to PCB and you can place it off. Okay, so this is about your device sheet, which you can be used both in read-only option or editable option. Okay, so next one we are going to see about Altium 365. So in Altium 365, I'm using my company server here, Altium 365 here. So now I'm just going to go for the managed content here. You can see there is a managed schematic sheets. Okay, so these sheets are default saved in my server. Okay, this is my Altium 365 server saved in my server. If I want to use it, I can just use it. Right click here. You can just place it in your design. Then you can edit the sheet. You can edit the sheet, or if you have some other schematic templates, you want to upload it, you can also upload in your server. Then if you want to change the state, the revision state from the draft to the next promotion state, or you want to download the schematic template, or you can download it. So all you can just do it from your server itself. Okay, this is for your schematic template. Then you have other templates here like your bill of materials, then you have the component templates, then the draftsman templates, then the layer stacks. So you have layer stack. For example, if I want to create a new layer stack, so how to do that? You can add the stack up, and then you can just give the name. For example, I want to create a new mini PC layer stack. Then I just give here 16 layer 0 plane isolation. For example, I'm creating it. Okay, so you can see the ID will be automatically created. I'm not creating it. Then, and when you go for advanced option, it will ask you where you want to save this. So this folder will be manage content templates. Under the layer stack, it will be saved. Okay, it is a revision one. So all this information, okay, will be saved, and the content means which folder you want to put it under. So like layer stack, which folder you want, you can choose it off here. Okay, then I just click OK. So you will see the new new layer stack will be created, ALS 0012. Okay, so now I have created. If I want to place any of the layer stack here, so how to do that? I just show you. Let me close this first, go to my mini PC. I want to open this layer stack, for example. Okay, so once I open this, I will have the options to see my layer stack up. I have 16 layers. Then I have the wire types here. You can see the all these. So I want to put it, this is the stable I want for my organization to follow for this particular project. Okay, so I need to put it on my server. So to put it in my server, I just go to file, then save to server. Okay, save to server. Automatically it will open the PCB GraphTex server here. So I just go to the server and then select where I want to place it. Okay, so I just select to save here, then click OK. So release note. So mini PC layer stack is saved. Okay, so I just click OK. So once it is done, it will be saved inside my server. So I just go to my Explorer, then let me go to the ALS. So when I click, I will be able to see the layer stack here. So this is how we can just save it from your PC to your server, the layer stack or any other templates, what you want to save, you can see here. So I have saved it here. So whoever later using this template for their project, they can just take it and they can use it off. Okay, you will see the stack up, the wire types, all this information. So when you go to the preview below, the details, then you see mini PC stack up. Then the life cycle, you see this is the today I have saved it. So whoever do the changes, when they take the template and do changes, it will be saved under revision 2. Okay, so these all we can see it in your own server itself. It will not only we can get the file, it will also lock your original file in your server. Okay, so description, the draft, all these conditions you can see it under the ALS 0012. Okay, so this is about your Altium 365 Pro managed templates. Okay, okay, I will just finish my demo. So let me go to my slide. Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask me. I just finished my presentation now.